Hellboy will show these punks what Hellboy can really do. And if they don't, they can say hello to the Widowmaker.
Welcome, guys. Tell us your names and your characters for those who don't recognise you immediately.
Okay, I'm Chelsea and I'm Hope Summers.
And I'm Matt, and I'm the Shocker.
Shocker, have you seen all the other Spidey villains running around?
I have, yeah, there's been a few. I think we managed at one point to get the Sinister Six together, which is good. And so yeah, it looks like I'm on my own for the minute, but it'll be good. Back up soon.
She-Hulk, what's your name?
I'm Jennifer. Real name Clare.
She-Hulk as the lawyer, as opposed to an Avenger outfit?
Yes, I've chosen this one because it was a last minute costume and I had all these clothes already.
Hello, Hellboy, what's your name?
My name's Anthony, or just Hellboy, I do. Be fine.
This is an unusual costume. You don't see many Hellboys here. We've got some Marvel characters. You've decided to strike off and be a bit different?
Oh, yes. So got to strive off and be a bit different. It's sort of like Marvel, DC. It's sort of like I wanted to give sort of like Hellboy a run for its money, really. Sort of like he's a badass character. Like, you know, he really he can stand up there with Marvel and DC any day, I would say.
How many conventions do you normally do in maybe like a year?
We went to 5 or 6 last year.
Our first convention was Kapow last year, so
We've been going steadily since then.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed it so much.
Right, so it's just only been a year, really?
Yeah,
that's right.
but it's been great.
So you hadn't been cosplaying before that?
No, not till now.
Never. It was Chelsea's idea for us to do it. First, I was a little bit apprehensive, but as soon as we did it the first time, we just wanted to keep doing it. It is really fun.
And what was your first costumes then?
I was Phoenix and he was Ghostbuster.
I was Ray Stantz from Ghostbusters, yeah.
So was this from another outfit, was it?
Oh no, this is just my normal clothes.
Okay.
I did buy a skirt for it, but then I got too uncomfortable, so I put on my shorts.
When did you plan to do this costume?
I planned it sort of like a couple of years ago. It's sort of like I'm a professional sort of like prop and costume builder. And I've always loved the movie itself. I've always really wanted to sort of like do the costume, sort of like I've done the right hand of Doom, I've done the latex head and a few other bits and pieces on there.
What were the first stages in planning to actually make the costumes? What did you start off with?
I started off with sort of like just looking at plans and details and drawings of sort of like even sort of like background, sort of like backstage photos of sort of like when they were putting like the sort of like the latex mask on to the Hellboy, also sort of like reference drawings, stuff like that, how to get me started. Then just to break it down into sections, sort of like the head, the arm, sort of like the rest of the body, like, you know, the feet, the coat, everything really, and that you just go from there. But, I mean, it's cost me about £500 from start to finish, like, you know, to finish it, and I've got the big baby at home, but that weighs a bit.
When you decided to do your first convention and you chose your costumes, how long did it actually take to put together?
Well, mine was pretty simple because it's obviously only a green Zentai suit with like the Phoenix thing, but his Ghostbusters one was a lot of work and a lot of money.
Mine was I didn't make anything myself for it. It was all things that had been bought. By the end, it come to around £750, and it were over the space of about 5 months.
Yeah.
So it looks great, but it really set me back. So this time I've gone for something a lot cheaper. This only cost about £150.
But have you only worn the Ghostbusters once, or you've had to try and get your money's worth?
Absolutely, yeah. I've worn it about 4 times, and we'll do LFCC this year. So
Green tights?
Yep.
But body paint as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mixed with both.
Did you do can you do it yourself, or did you have to have like friends to do it for you?
Myself. Yeah.
And what other characters do you do?
Deadpool, Pyramid Head, Valkyrie, Lady Thor. Very manly characters.
Why is that?
Because I have really big muscles.
And this has been put together with a bit of PVC pipe, foam, fiberglass over the top, then you spray paint it, engrave it. I say it's got a bit of battle damage, but really I like to keep the battle damage on it. It just shows that it's had a good life, had a good use really at the end of the day. See and take around what is around you already and try to manipulate that into sort of like something that you need or something that you want. This used to be like a devil's mask that I cut the front out of and then made some horns and stuff like that, and this used to be PVC pipe over a cricket glove, so it's just a fact of just looking at what there is available and seeing how you can modify it really. Funny enough, I actually bought this because put it down to laziness, really. It's a solid cast iron unit, the bullets come out and everything, and the belt was bought off of them as well, so yeah, I would just put it down to laziness, really, like, you know.
Well, it's not my gun, but I know how it was done. It's like basically taken apart, and like different bits were covered in like masking tape, and you spray paint it, and then it's like hot metal, like heated up, and then you just scratch into it. So it's like, it's pretty easy, but obviously getting all the different parts of different colours is very hard.
So it started off as just a normal Nerf gun, the air guns.
Yeah.
And I've done lots of, done Wolverine, Hellboy, Terminator, the Juggernaut. I mean, I do a lot of stuff on the anime side of it, and yeah, it's just a really good day out, really, just to dress up in a costume, be somebody different, and come to a con like this and seeing people enjoying it, having your picture taken, just whatever. It's fantastic.
Planning a Hope costume
Oh, okay. So we
from
just saw you-
Generation Hope,
Yeah.
and then hopefully my dream costume would be Hellboy.
Really, another man one.
Yeah.
Because that's I would say very masculine.
Yeah, I guess so, but everyone who cosplays is a bit genderqueer.
Do you feminize the male characters?
I try to get them as true to the character as I can, but the fact I have quite a curvy body makes it quite feminine, I guess.
Well, we hope to do Scarlet Witch and Toad together. He'll be the ultimate Toad, and I'll do Scarlet Witch, because we quite like their relationship, the whole him being obsessed with her. And we think it'd be really fun to play that out, sort of thing, at a convention. Like, it would be a fun thing to do, really.
And later in the year, we're going to be doing. I'm going to reuse my Ghostbuster again, and Chelsea's going to do Janine, which is the receptionist from Ghostbusters. So yeah.
That is obscure.
Exactly. So we think, you know, but people appreciate the more obscure choices. So we've played with the idea of Gambit and Rogue as well.
Yeah.
So we're working on that, but that won't be till like next year.
Did you meet Stan Lee this weekend?
Unfortunately not. I say the queues were massive, and Stan, if you're watching, I would love to meet you, just by the way, but I won't be queuing up, so if you want to come round.
Thanks a lot.
All right, no
Cheers.
problem at all. Yeah, respect. There you go.
And I've got to go join that queue.
Cool. All right. Thanks for joining us, and see you in the next convention.
All right, thank you.
Guys, thanks a lot, and see you at the next convention.
Yes, see you then.
Cheers.
Cool.
For first timers, where did they get advice on what to do? Where to get ideas from?
Well, we are part of a group on Facebook, and they have a blog as well called UK Cosplay. And if you search for that, like, it's a really good community. Like, everyone, you post on there if you want questions answered or if you need help, and everyone just helps out and sends links. Like, it's really good. It's a really good place to start out, or, you know, carry on from.
The first thing that really took us by surprise was just the amount of people that asked for photos. We were expecting it, but for our first convention, it was really daunting. We weren't expecting to be like, because as soon as one person asks for one, obviously that's the main thing, is people are quite embarrassed to ask. As soon as one person asks, everyone just crowds around you, and then there's loads of cameras going. But yeah, it's good.
I mean, are you naturally shy people, or are you quite outgoing naturally?
I would say that Chelsea is quite shy. So.
Yeah, I do, normally I despise having my picture taken, and I'll do anything not to. So for me, like, the first time we cosplayed and everyone was asking for my picture, I was like terrified. But then the whole idea of being a different character is the one time now that I find acceptable to have my picture taken. So
it's the benefits of being able to hide behind the character as well, a little bit. I mean,
great,
I'm wearing a
yeah.
mask, so it's great for me.